kingdoms and kings and the landowners, which is something that we have by birth. Nigeria was formed. It doesn't mean that Nigerians actually own our land. We've surrendered Nigeria to our land to Nigeria, but we still co-own the land. And this is what the British authority did cleverly by having the House of Lords. The landlord had a place, and they still have a place in society. And in our case, it's actually there's a lot to gain from it if we recognize that the landlords, I'm talking about the kings now, or representative of communities, be the ones that goes to the Senate. I do know that we vote people in there, but that's the thing I don't understand. Why avoid the traditional institution that was already there? They are established, they are known, and they have so many values. Like I said, I am of the opinion that Nigerian politicians should take oath, not only with the Bible and the Quran, but with our African traditional way, in our African traditional ways. Some of us believe certain things, and it is working. If you go to your community, you know it is working. If it is working, why change something that is working? That is the thing I don't get. But I'm not going to really have to dwell much on that again. But I don't think anybody can argue the position of our traditional rulers that they're going to make things better. That, like I said, one of my own is it will help to fight corruption. Not that they cannot be corrupt, but this is it. These are people that are there to stay forever. They are not desperate to get some money and run away. So they're going to enjoy that seat for the rest of their lives. So that stability is there. That structure is there. And in a way, what that brings in is they are not even allowed to bring the new changes. But the younger generation, which is the House of Representatives, will be the one to introduce the changes which they want. But it should be vetted by them. They have the authority to look at it and say, oh, this is good. This is not in line with our custom and tradition. You see, you cannot rule people without the custom and tradition of the people. The British Constitution is based on the culture and tradition of these people. And sometimes most of the laws, even the customary laws, are still based on the custom and tradition of the British people. How come that we don't do so in Nigeria, where we are so blessed with so much of those beautiful culture and tradition? And yesterday, I actually, again, the day before yesterday, I was looking at the position of the kings, how they can actually say, oh, Mr. Governor, the money that is coming to us will come to us, whether you like it or not. And you know, the good thing about this is Tinubu actually said something which is interesting, that the local government money must go to the local government. Must. And that is realization of part of the things I was saying. Tinubu, you don't even need to make it must. Just let my king be my local government, in charge of my local government. And the money that's supposed to come to my local government, let us see how the governor of Delta State is going to stop that money. Because you guys reduce the most powerful institution to robots. And that's why we're where we are. Because if the Olu of Warri knows he's supposed to have 1 billion coming to his people, they're not born you well. The Oba of Benin knows that if you tell the Oba of Benin, if the Oba of Benin will now have the privilege, because who will be there to inspire them later? In fact, he's a learned man, he's a lawyer. If that man knows that this amount of money is coming to Benin, his kingdom, as a local government authority, they don't born that governor that cannot even make a speech, sorry sir, to dare him. Do you want to try the Sanusi of Kano, the Sanusi of Kano, the Emir of Kano? He's too learned for you, for that governor to play with. So these are the things we could have achieved if we had done the right thing, by just letting our kings have a place in governance. And right now, it's actually a waste of space because we're paying them. I do know that the local government chairman pay them. And for what? For what? For nothing. So why do we need the local government? Why do we just want to spend money? Why do we just want to copy what is there? Why don't we use what we have? In fact, this way, democracy will be meaningful to us because it will be based on our culture. Like I keep saying, America and Britain and the United Kingdom don't practice the same system of government. We have monarchical parliamentary here in the UK. They have the presidential a federal system of government. So that's it. And who cares? So we might want to pick on the federal system of government, which kind of make us unique, but our local government should be our existing custom and tradition. That is exactly what I've been saying all through the week. And yesterday I talked about a very big project I'll be working on next year. In fact, that project is now me, that the Kris. When I go into something, I don't stop until I achieve it. I have two things in my mind that I'm going to do for myself next year, and I pray that God will use me to achieve that. One is to achieve this tourism project for Nigeria so that we can earn more money from tourism than we have ever thought of before through the event I plan, which is the Nigerian Royal Festival. And in my own way, through my own community, I'm going to launch what I call the Robo Commonwealth to create wealth for my people. Because if the Nigerian government is dormant, it's not sleeping, doesn't understand that, and they refuse to use the king, I am going to set up a commonwealth for my people and use that to grow wealth among themselves. It will not even be run by me, but I will instigate it and I will make sure it happens. And I'll be using my platform to talk about it every day, where we are going, where we are not, what we have done right, what we have not done well. It's not going to be like every other project, because everything will be on this announcement. It will be the public, people that have farm, the pictures of the farm, what we are doing. If it is a hotel we built, the picture of the hotel, what we are doing, where we are, all of them will be televised on a daily basis. It's not going to be business as usual, because Rubu television will be there all through to monitor the activities. Thank you very much. So, but, and I have used that opportunity of yesterday to also challenge you guys. If you're an Edo man, let's have the Edo Commonwealth. If you're an Isako man, let's have the Isako Commonwealth. If you are from Asia, let's have the Asian Commonwealth. The Igbo Commonwealth. I can just see what you can achieve. You see, individually, you can't do much. Just this morning, before I step on this show, I listened to the dead senator, Wobushi, recounting all the things he has. And that in all, he's only able to sleep in one of the bedroom, one small bedroom. So vanity. But if we do something that can help the next person now, so this whole insecurity, you find out that we're really stupid. God will be looking at us like ant, because we don't need what we're fighting for. God is wonderful, man. Guess what? We're fighting to acquire a lot of things, but we're going to eat a very small portion of a food, and the stomach is filled up, and you are tired already. So you don't need the food actually you think you need. You don't need, you see, I want to have how many? 10 cars? Babe, guy, how many cars can you drive at once? Ugobushi just cried now on how many houses he has enough in Abuja, has the one where the big boys are in Marine, in Lagos, in everything. Come to London, he has. He's just tired now. He doesn't even care anymore about those things. He doesn't even know where they are. These are people going to fight and fight. I tell you, I asked my younger brother to go to my house in Abuja. He just take a car and run away. And I just look at him and I was laughing. And I was just laughing. I'm still laughing. And here I just said to myself, I'm not going to ask him any question. He needs it. Okay, so go and deal with yourself with it. But you will not be able to come to me again, because it's better you have done it in a respectful way. But the truth is, I don't need them. I may be angry. Oh, where did that guy go? What am I going to do with it? Am I using it? Do I really need them? The houses I have in Nigeria, do I need them? The way I am in the UK now, even if I just left my big office, do I need a big office? I'm able to do what I do from here. So people, do we really need what we are killing each other for? If we do, then it makes sense. Because right now, the food we're going to eat is so small that it baffles me why we could kill one another because of food that we're not going to even keep. We're not going to keep. And maybe that is why I'm saying, let us go back to our African values. We just go back to that African values. When I was growing up, I grew up with my grandfather. And I saw an image from the Arab world that reminded me how we used to grow up in Africa. And I want to share this image with you. And I'm going to share two things about it. I don't want to use the Nigerian model today. Let's use this one. You see, these are Arab people eating from the same plate. If you grew up in the village with your parents, your grandparents, you know what I'm saying. My grandfather had many wives. In those days, all of them would bring the food at the same time. This one will cook his food and bring this one. So they bring the dinner. Every woman brings their own dinner. And then all the kids will sit around the same table with the man and we'll all eat. Eat from the same pot. I don't think you can poison anybody here. And you know, my grandfather taught us one thing. If you begin to eat greedily, the man will be looking at you. He won't talk. But he has only one rule. You will not stop before him. He will eat calmly as he's going. So if you are in a hurry, the food is so much. If you say you are tired, you will get up. You will continue eating. There's a lesson that you don't need to rush. Eat. Don't cut the big bowl. In fact, if you see the way I eat about then, that is how I cut it now. Mine is not that massive. Because he taught me that. Now, there are two things I want us to take from this image. Do you see the Arab people? They're eating with their fingers. If I eat with my fingers today in the UK, my children is looking at me as if I am strange. I am not the one forcing them. This is how you eat our food. But what is wrong with it? What is the spoon that is cleaner than my fingers that I cannot eat with it? It's not only we're doing it, even the Arab are doing it. But you as an African, you're already shy. You now, when I want to eat now, you carry fake. You want to eat, you begin to cut, even a banana. Have you seen the guests in the eateries? Empty people like you. You are empty. And of course, the boys have to tag along. But these are Arab people eating with their fingers. You know, let me tell you, I was watching Zede just now. This is comedy. I was laughing, you know. The wife just told him, listen, if I'm not enough for you, it's not that you're going to, I want peace. Can you just get a second wife? And he said, do you mean it? You understand? Because, and I know if I say this, that Nigerian women will kill me today. But marrying one wife is not our culture. It has never been, and it will never be. And that's why we have chaos in our land. I don't know the statistics of men to women these days, so I don't care to know. But the last time I checked, when you have one wife and the whole trouble is solved, right? You're getting closer to your grave. Anyway, I won't say that. I did say that. So let me say, if I say that, I probably won't get out of here. Too many arrows will come and hit me as I'm here. It's better to face the arrow of the men than to face those of the women. So let me keep quiet. But the only thing I can say to you is Arab people have 4 wives. And if you go there, they tell you it's our culture. It's what the Quran says. And they have 4 wives. Do you see it as anything? Do you see anything wrong with it? No. Let's talk about it for some minutes. If you see a typical Arab man, a Muslim, he has 4 wives. In case you don't get it, I think this boy, our former footballer, Musa, he just retired now. He has 4 wives. I don't think that they have only 1 wife. Their culture, their religion permits them to marry 4 wives. I'm talking Nigeria now. I'm not even going outside yet. And you know what is so interesting? The law is blind when it comes to that. Because the law is not more powerful than the custom and tradition of a people. Only thing you don't need to do, you say, okay, listen, I don't want to marry according to the custom and tradition, according to the custom and tradition, according to the constitution. That's what I would say. Otherwise, the Nigerian custom and tradition says you must marry one wife. And if you have more than one wife, you go to prison. That's our constitution. It's stated, if it is bigamy, you go to prison. And it's even 10 years. Some countries are more. If you kill somebody, maybe you will do 7 years and come back. But if you marry more than one wife, you're going to spend 10 years for bigamy. All right. Now, the same place. If this is what I say, if in the UK today, somebody is an Arab man and he marries his 4 wives and he comes to UK, you're going to tell him to divorce his wife? Or you won't let him stay here? His custom, his tradition permits him to have more than one wife. He has 4 wives. It's his religion. You know what I want to say to people, you my people? You don't frown at it. The West don't even frown at it. Donald Trump can't even dare. He meets them every day. But if an African man marries according to our custom and tradition, he is barbaric, he is primitive. Where are you coming from? I'm just saying it's a common sense. So I said ability to doubt. It's a gift to doubt. It's a gift to be able to ask questions. My question is, if the Arab man has 4 wives and nobody is questioning him, who are you to question the African tradition? Who allows me to marry more than a wife? I'm not saying it's a good thing or not a good thing to marry more than one wife, but I'm just wondering, why is our own always looked down upon? Why don't they look down on the Arab? The Arab man is eating with his fingers now. You don't look down on them. It's their culture. Look at them. But let us put together and start to eat. Now they tell you it's not even hygienic. Hygiene, boy. Then they're going to count the diseases that are here, as if they don't have diseases in there. In fact, leave me alone. It comes down to one thing. The black man has been so bastardized. He has been so reduced. Not even physically, mentally, because physically you are in shape, man. You are in order. I brought a fine young man the other day and I was wondering, is there anything wrong with this guy? No. But there's something wrong with him, with his head. You're looking at me now, there's something wrong with your head. That's why I came down here and I said to you people, it's just ability to think. If something is not wrong with your head, some of you are Catholic like me. In the Catholic Church, we say, St. Patrick, pray for us. St. Augustine, pray for us. St. Suso, pray for us. These are people's dead fathers. But your father cannot pray for you. St. Ashaku, no. St. James, no, they are not sent. Who gave those people sent? Why is mine not sent? Who defines sainthood? What are the criteria of being a saint? So my father is an evil man because he didn't go to church. And now you really still want to believe that only people that go to church will go to heaven. So all the Muslims are going to go to hell. Man, wake up. Now, I don't need to talk about our own. If you say only Christians will go to heaven, so all the Muslims are going to hell, come out and say it. Pastor, come out. Don't just open your mouth. Come out and say it. If not within that your congregation, they will behead you. You are an infidel for Islam. They look at you as an infidel. Your lack of tolerance for other people's culture. That's how the Muslim look at you, as an infidel. So give them a name. So why you people are not calling each other name? We Africans, we are looking at you. These are borrowed religion in our culture. It's a borrowed culture. We didn't know how to practice it. Just the way we couldn't even take a system of government and make it our own. And now see a lot of pastors, now it denies the pastor, the church, to make it our own. We now have CEOs of churches and all that, which is good. But it's only for on the other side of it, it's only to make money out of us alone. They're only using it to make us. They didn't even adapt our culture. They didn't bring in our culture into that religion. There's nothing wrong practicing Christianity. I practice Christianity as an African man because I practice the Christianity in the African way. It doesn't stop me from being in Nigeria. It didn't stop me from being a Robo man. That's only when it makes sense, because the language I'm calling God is my language, is my language. How can that Christianity deny me of God, of my own language, of my own culture, of my tradition? Just the same way you can't eat with your fingers, but these are people, Muslims. In those days, the breaking of bread was with fingers. Jesus Christ didn't break bread with, they say the breaking of bread. You hear that? It's with fingers. That's when you go to church, they give you Holy Communion with your fingers. They don't give you with spoon, akbar. That's their culture. Your own is barbaric. Your own is primitive. Your own is bad. It's stupid. Everything that the black man has been turned upside down against him. I don't know how to change that. I don't know how to educate you on that. But let's quickly take a look at one important thing I said we will talk about briefly today. I want to look at this food. Wow, it impressed me. The Nigerian food. This will be a Ferrero, for instance. You understand? It's vegetable soup with fufu. This is maybe akpu or so. But I see myself eating this with the Ghana fufu. And this food here, just look at it. You're going to have fish here. You're going to have vegetables. You're going to have pepper, everything on earth. If you eat this, you just get a very balanced diet. The type you cannot get anywhere in this world. I wish those of you who are now studying food technology could tell us the constituent of this food and actually educate the West on the need to eat this. Listen, I was married to a white woman. The first time I cooked my food, she was frowning at it, looking at it. But the first time, when she tasted it twice, anytime she has a salad, she'll go and put my own egusi correct soup and put it on top of the salad. They say, it's very tasty. After some time, this woman no more care about their food. She now eats my food with me. Are we not this? Is it not the same blood flowing through the vein? What makes you think that your own food is inferior? And if it is not so, why is our food not sold like McDonald's? Maybe this one you eat with your fingers, so you're too exposed. You know, there's nothing wrong. Actually, if I have this one on the streets of London, if we can put this in a park on the streets of London, McDonald's will be running. We give McDonald's run for their money. And you know how much we'll be making? Now I'm talking here. If you can package this set of soup and this thing, and you go there and just heat it up for me, and you go on the street with it. Imagine how you will feel, how healthy they will feel. In fact, that white person, that African, that Asian, that Chinese man that ate this will never eat their food again. But you are even ashamed of your own. You rather go and eat McDonald's because you don't want to eat with your fingers. Even jollof rice. Now, can you compare jollof rice to Kentucky, KFC, and McDonald's? Jollof rice, well toasted jollof rice. If you like, put some kind nice our fish on top of it. That food goes for vegetarian. Give them like that with vegetable. Or you can, those that want to eat good meat, you put meat on top of it. Those that want to take chicken can. Those that want to eat fish can. Now I'm still wondering why Africans don't have this one impact. We got to start in Nigeria first before it will come to here. In fact, the last time I opened my lunch, when I was talking about SRTV, lifestyle, which I introduced the hotel and all that, my first thing was to introduce this kind of packaged food. Because Nigerians, you need to eat healthy. Bread is not a healthy food. But what is healthy is maybe just jollof rice, well prepared. And it's not expensive. And we can give that in the UK. In fact, it will be that we come down here to introduce something. Have you been to the UK now? Have you been here? If you are in the UK, we have Chinese restaurants. Let me use the word Chinese restaurant, and everybody goes there to eat. Me, I go there. White people go there. All race go there to eat. Why is African restaurant only for African people? I'm talking now. How many people go to your restaurant to eat? It's just because you've been looked down upon so much, and you could not even talk about your own thing well. And if it is true that your thing is bad, then it so be it. It's not. The last time I was driving with a guy with some white boys, and they say Nigerian men, their thing are like this. No, that's all they could tell me. I say, is that all you have to say about Nigerian people? But at least that's something. Who told them their things are like this? Now women tell them. Anyway, my people, we need a total. In those days, when I was growing up, Bob Marley sang a track. He said, emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. The mental slavery Bob Marley was talking about. We're thinking that it's a mental slavery to say, oh, you don't like me. Don't look at me. Don't look down on me because I'm a black man. No, it is deeper than that. The implication of that, it is affect you economically. I always say to people, the white man don't have to like the color of my skin. I don't care. I don't have to like the color of his skin. Listen, I talk to some black women, they don't like me. It doesn't mean they are racist. Some people may not naturally like my look. That Kris, you are too short. Your face is ugly. Okay. So what? That's not a problem. So if you don't like the color of my skin, how my skin looks like, so what? But the problem is, how does that affect me? See, the only thing that you should be worried about is because they look down on you, they look down on your food, they look down on your dressing, they look down on your education, they look down on everything about you. Even your system of government was looked down upon. Today, you are nothing because you reduce yourself to that level. And nobody can help you. They can't help you. Because they didn't understand you. And on a good day, you got to give them credit. The Englishman only contributed fish and chips. That's the English food, really. That's their contribution to world cuisine. Fish and chips. If you go to England here, when I want to eat something, the traditional English food really would be to go and eat fish and chips. Every other one is foreign. Spaghetti is Italian. Just name them. I will tell you where they come from. Where is your own? Is jollof rice not good enough? If you cannot introduce this one, can't you introduce jollof rice? Jollof rice. If you toast jollof rice well, and anybody taste it, the next minute, it's not going to take McDonald's. It's going to go for jollof rice. But do we have the kind of government that knows what they're doing? You cannot sell this one in movies. In so many ways, have you seen the Nigerian movies these days? They are all polished girls, polished boys. They don't eat with their fingers. They don't do this. I bet they don't even know the quality. They don't know how to sell what we have in the movies. And it's not their job anyway. But if we understand, if we have that confidence in ourselves, you see that it will be excelling in our movies. You see people saying, no, I don't want to eat that food. Give me that. I don't need that. Give me this, man. This has this. It will be in us. You see, when people believe in something and they work with it, it reflects in everything they do. It will be shown in our movie that is how it is. Right now, go and look at your films. And you can't blame the ordinary filmmaker. The ordinary filmmaker tells you the story as it is. Because we'll be mentally brought down. And nobody brought you down. You decided to do so. Like when the white people came and they said, oh, what's this? This is not God. God is rubbish. And you tell them, no, this is how we worship. His name is organized, this and this and that. And they were saying, really? And you begin to tell them what this thing can do. The way they're telling you their own, you're telling them your own. And you come to a compromise that, oh, we are talking about the same thing. Except you think that the food the white man will give to you is better than this one. So why would you talk about this one? You go and throw this in the bin. It is smell. I said, you need to feel sorry for my son. Now, so my wife did. Oh, you must eat the African food. When I'm coming in, the boy will be looking at me. I tell this woman not to touch me. I don't want to eat it. Do you understand? But no, I told him, you have to eat. And now he loves it. See, you see, my people, it hurts me deeply that we see no value in this. In that communal thing we used to do before, this is the African spirit. I didn't want to show it in the African way today because you say, oh, it's Africa, but this is not Africans. These are Arab people doing it. Let me just take 1 minute to touch about one important thing that I cannot defend. In this show, I've been able to talk about, because I won't be coming back to this topic next week. I've been able to talk about the education we were taught. That's how I started. And I did remind you that the most effective education today is still the African one. Because CNN came and they told us that the apprenticeship system, which at Laba International, that is the one they have seen. CNN need to come and do a documentary on our mechanics. Alaba International Market will be nothing. How effective the Nigerian mechanic is. How you go and learn work as a mechanic and you can turn the engine. Have you seen what we do with the engine of a vehicle? They can't do it here. And the instrument we use in losing it, they don't. These guys are working their ass off, except with no recognition. The Nigerian mechanic. I'm gonna honor them today. I talked about them to some extent. Do we recognize them? Are they not barbaric? I'm not going back to the olden days now. I'm not talking of now, contemporary society. If you say the system of Nigeria is wrong, the African system is wrong, why don't you just bring in the Oyibo to come and teach us how to fix our cars? Guy, we need to realize this now. That even UK now need apprenticeship. Something you are saying is barbaric is what you're not doing here. I train apprentice here. They come and they work with me for some time as apprentice. Because it's valuable experience. They're not going to get it in classroom. And besides, when I set up my TV station, I didn't set up because of the way that somebody was doing it. I was thinking, okay, I need a laptop, I need this, I need that. It started with just the laptop, the webcam, and now today I can use the proper professional camera. And it's like that. And the sound in the studio is now perfect. Now I'm even doing it somewhere where there is a lot of noise, but you won't hear it. I can deal with that. You see, these are experiences that it took me time to grow, and I need to pass it on to the next people. It's not something I didn't learn this in the classroom. These are education. The same way that Alaba International man, what he went through, his experiences, were not learned in classroom. He's going to pass it on. The mechanic you see, they didn't teach him anywhere in the classroom. They can't even get that. It didn't come from any manual. The way we now fix cars, have you seen the way we pad cars? When you now know that if your panel, if your top gasket is burnt, go and see what they will do. They will grind it again and put another plant, and it will turn to almost new. You're going to run again. This is the mechanic, Nigerian mechanic, doing what they do best. I don't think they have that technology here. We're going to do that here. They'll throw that thing away and buy a new one. See, it doesn't make their own better. And there's one word I use, that you are richer than me doesn't make you actually better than me. And Africans, they see, I'm going to talk to Tinubu in a few minutes. I love being an African because there are certain things that are special about us. You know, yesterday I ran into a big market in Edmonton. And what I saw was the Chinese herbs. That's the medicine they know. They believe in it. It works for them. Now, I will not be able to defend our own. But When they see our own like this, it looks stupid, right? It looks barbaric. What is these people doing here? What is all this nonsense now? How are you going to take all this one? You're just going to miss this one. You're going to put drink and you're going to take it. And I want to ask you one question. That Indian pill you're taking, what is it made from? The Indian pill, that paracetamol, that ampliclos, that rubbish they import from you. Nigerians spend $900 million yearly to import paracetamol products from India. What is it made from? Some of them are pure chemicals mixed together and given to you. Now, because they've put some science to it, they said this and this is this, which is not always proven. They tell you the side effect, which is not always, they can't tell you all the side effects. The thing that is, because if we know all the side effects in all the medicine we take, we will not be taking them. Because we know that's why we have strange disease. In those days, cancer wasn't this common. It's coming from all this medicine we're taking. In those days of our grandfathers, they didn't have too much cancer like this. So you tell me they don't know. These people were eating natural food. Now you deny your own natural food. You deny your own natural herbs. You're going to die. You eating chicken born yesterday. You know the difference between fowl and chicken? Fowl. You know fowl and chicken. We ate fowl in our time. Now they eat chicken. I'm not the cause. And I'm just wondering why we are where we are now. Because we don't have respect for what God has given to us. And the people, a people without a culture, you see, you can be anybody, but if you don't have a culture, you're really, really not supposed to live. You are not a human being. It means you don't think for yourself. A culture is not, what is culture? Culture is ways of life. If you see something wrong in what you do, throw it away. I agree. But that you choose to throw everything away because they told you it's not good without questioning. Did you ask what is good about their own? Like I just said now, the British system of government that put people unelected into the House of Lords. Did you question it? Have you questioned it? Why is your king considered authoritarian and their own is not? We didn't vote for our king here. Did you vote for the King of England? Does it make it? See, where does this whole thing come from? Now, the same way you know that your food is better. Look at it. It's better. If I eat this one and the kind of sleep I will get now, not there anywhere. But who do this one? Do me, oh? Because the thing just diverts me. I look this food, I salivate. This is what I need this morning. Ew, you cannot do me bad, oh. I'm coming home. What I'm saying is, everything about us is not bad. Like I said, we're supposed to actually benefit from all this. Because now we have the European food. They don't have our food, though. We have their own. We have our own. So we now have more food on the dish. On the dinner, we have more options. We can choose to go Indian today. We can choose to go Chinese tomorrow. We can choose to go African most of the time. We eat the one that is most healthy for us. Meaning we are winning. The same way I said, we have all the religion now. We can practice Christianity, practice Islam, practice your religion. You are richer in religious in your connection with God. Supposing I don't know what, if you don't understand carefully, there was a young boy that I met that time in Slovenia. He knows how to do some little thing with the Quran. He will read some verse of the Quran and say this will happen. I do know that the Quran, the people, the Muslims in Nigeria, you go to them, afar them, they're going to kill ram for you, make some sacrifice for you. Quran. Go and meet your pastors. They will give you, if they deny, they tell you they give you olive oil. There's no need for olive oil there. Why don't you just pray for the man to go? Why do they need olive oil? Why do you bless what I give to them? If these are not rituals, what is the difference between it? Blood of Jesus, you claim. It becomes rituals. But I don't care. But why condemn our own? And I'm not even talking to them now, I'm talking to you. Why do you think your own is primitive? Why do you think your own is bad? It's just now you can come on the street and talk about McDonald's. A black man, you see now, you don't fat like pig from eating McDonald's. But in those days, if you eat African traditional, you will not be like that. You come out muscular. Black man not the gay yash in those days. Now I'm not the gay yash. Now one cost me and say because I'm not fat. So it's the same way our herbs are not recognized. They say in those days, thank God for that, was talking about the color of our skin. You even changing the color of your skin to become a white man. That's how much we have been bastardized. I can tell you today that these clothes I'm wearing now, when I was coming now, I was just putting this together, and I said to myself, yes, you know what? But for me, I see it as an advantage because sometimes it's faster and it's quicker for me, not because it's better. But this is clothes, Western. And you know what? I can wear my tie now and put African dress on top. Have you tried that? Put on your long sleeve, put on your tie, and put agbada. It's going to work. Who told you it's not? Who told you it's not a fashion? Who told you it's not a style? In those days, if you wear your suit and you put on joggers, we call it canvas, those of us in that generation, they will be laughing at you. But now, the next thing is the best thing to wear your suit is with a sneaker. Go and look at the footballers. They came out that day with all their native clothes they gave to them, with their sneakers on. So, man, come on. We are not really stupid as you think. Or what our forefathers did were not barbaric as you think. So let us think about, that's why I'm going to end this show by retracting all I've been saying. Let us think about how we can incorporate whatever we got from the West to our own and give it back to them. They give you religion, make it your own. You can show them this is it. They give you education, make it your own. You see, like I said, the education own is really sad. Though. I just talk about our apprenticeship system, which is not recognized. Nigerian curriculum does not recognize it. You will not have a degree for that. You understand? But wait. Let's spend 1 minute on that. If somebody went to study 4 years in university, I have many of them wasted in my company right now, doing nothing. They can't do anything. Sorry. After 4 or 5 years. But there is a mechanic who went on 2 years apprenticeship and is now facing problem in society. The purpose of education is to solve problem. This one you train in the university cannot solve a single problem. It's useless. And you said the mechanic does not deserve a degree. Of course, there's no certificate for him. He cannot read and write. What is the essence of reading and writing? In those days, the Benin people were not reading and writing. They were crafting things. That's our way of doing things. Since when do we can we come down to understand what education really means? The education we were taught. Until they come to validate that Alaba International is this. That's why I could even talk about it. Or even if I had talked about it, I had to say CNN said that the Alaba apprenticeship system is the highest incubator of successful business worldwide. They forgot that the Nigerian mechanic are the most effective set of skilled men in the world. They're the most skilled men in the world. Because you know how our cars look like, how I will drive around, how our roads look like. They are the ones fixing the cars for us to make it on the road. Because that is the only way we have means of transport in Nigeria today. Where's the degree for them? They don't have. They are not even recognized. They are dirty people. You probably won't even marry them. You see, I can just imagine what would have done with making our mechanic exposing them to the best of equipment and see what they can do. Listen to me. Another mechanic training that way. If you not teach him with the right way to lose, that give him the right tools to lose all those cars, with the hard way they learn things, imagine what they will do to your cars. They will turn an old car into new. In fact, we are good at that. There's a way we do a lot of panel beating. Come and do that in the UK, you will know. We have the cheap labor and we are abusing them big time. The Nigerian government is not even left out. They won't even look at these skills. They won't look at these little things. Because they're making money, they're getting money, they are very rich. They get money from oil. That's why they cannot look at what is happening in society. I can tell you the average politician, from my experience, the average politician is not in touch with what is going on in society. Tinubu is not. He doesn't understand it, he doesn't get it. Because the only thing Tinubu can see is how to get to that power and the money that will come from Abuja, which is the oil money, and how they're going to use it. In fact, any politician I'm talking to now, I'm used to them now, I don't talk anymore. When they're talking to me, I say, okay, sir. Because I know where his mentality is. He's going to get there, and there's a lot of money coming. They don't ask, where is that money coming from? I can tell you, no Nigerian man has ever sit down and say, okay, this money the president is spending now, where is he getting it from? Is he reckless or not? A president just say, I'm going to borrow money to construct a road. You ask yourself, what is the use of that road? He didn't borrow money to build refineries. He didn't borrow money to build farms. In fact, Obasanjo did not borrow money to build cement factories. Oh, the last time I checked, government cannot manage anything. We couldn't borrow money to set up airline. Nigeria is the only country that does not have an airline. Where are you people coming from? The same Tinubu you're clapping for now, he knows he's a failure. I need to sit down with Tinubu and say, Baba, you don't fail. Only one question I'll ask him, sir. All the money you are spending, where is it coming from, sir? Okay, how much have you made? Not the tax you collect from, because that's our money. The one you make from us is our money. How much has the federal government of Nigeria gone into production and make since Tinubu got to office? Let me put that again. Please put your state governor down and ask him, sir. Now I'm going to ask Boriwori. That's why he won't come on my show. Boriwori, since you became the governor of Delta State, let me repeat that one more time. How much have you generated other than income that comes from Abuja and taxes that you collected from us? How much if your business that you have engaged in that has brought in 2 naira to Delta State? If you don't understand that is part of your job, then what do you understand by governance? You know, when I talk like this, they say, hey, America, don't do that. America get ammunition when they sell. Oh, you get ammunition, you get. America will tell you don't buy the ammunition, they won't protect you. You will buy it. You know how much it is to buy the ammunition. Submarine, this and that. Nigeria, thank God, we don't need that. Hello? See, I don't want to ask and I want to be sad. If you put the governor of Edo State down and you ask him, sir, since you became the governor of Edo State, what are the business you have done that is bringing 2 naira into the state other than tax and oil money that come from Abuja? He does not understand that. The language I spoke now is alien to them. And you, the ordinary politician, looking at me, it's alien to you. So do you ask yourself where that money is coming from? Again, it's the productivity of the white man that brought that oil, because he came, he drilled the ground, and he took the oil away. It wasn't free. He's giving you the part of it, yes, but somebody worked for it. Can I say this again? Do you people ask yourself, this oil we are even spending, we are getting now, somebody goes there to drill the oil, right? Who are the people drilling it? If your people is there, they are working there as slaves to the owners. The owners will be abroad. I'm just treating a case at the moment now. I'm treating a case as we speak of how the oil company in the UK is now going to be held accountable for the activities of Shell in Nigeria. Because Shell is incorporated in Nigeria, Shell Nigerian company, but is it owned by a Nigerian company? No, it's a subsidiary of a bigger company here in the UK. And they always want to share themselves. No, that is not their fault. The Supreme Court in the UK is saying now that, hey, such case should be heard. So we're going to go back and look at that case again. Look at it, my people. What we're saying is this. The oil we are even having now is our money. The only thing that Tinubu can think of, because Tinubu will be broke now. We will be thinking, Tinubu will be talking like me now if you listen to me. The only reason Tinubu will never listen to me is because Tinubu is comfortable with the oil money. The question I want to ask you today, Nigerians, and that will be my topic next week, is this oil we are talking about, who is drilling it? Because it's not coming on the ground for free. Somebody's drilling it. Where are the companies drilling it? Are you one of them? Who are those companies that are drilling it? They get 20 heads, Nigerians. The last time I checked, I said to them, I know them to follow them. I said, guy, I am proud of you that you're able to fight your way. You're getting 4 billion naira monthly. Oga, will it be out of place if you say now, oh, you see the thing I want to think about my life. Now it's time to tap into our own destiny. Let's start to drill oil and sell to the rest of the world. If you bring it here, they will buy from you. If you can drill oil from your land, they will buy. There's no law that says that it's only Shell Nigerian company that will drill the ground. Drill it, bring the oil out. You will be able to sell it. And I saw to those of you who said you are politicians, now open eye, now be big boys, they enter the play, they misbehave. How many of you think along that line? Even Tinubu himself. Tinubu will only go set up another company and look for the soft part of it, where maybe they want to bring petrol, come sell back to us, so that it will collect us. In those days of the subsidy, that's where all of them were making money. Again, raping the country. I can bet you very few Nigerian companies understand what it takes to drill oil from the ground and sell in the foreign market. Don't forget, it's not only UK. The market is open. Everybody needs crude oil. I beg, I'm new. I'm going to ask my friend. He's doing a study conference. I want to ask him, who are those drilling oil in Nigeria? Are we part of it? The last time I checked, I know the Urubu man is doing it. The only one they can do is maybe sometimes they do buckery. Even when we try to even refine the oil, they give us a bad name. So even if we cannot drill it, we cannot refine. Dangote is not drilling, but at least it's refining. He will buy the crude and refine it and sell. Now, the modular refinery may be that big, like Dangote did. There must be other smaller way of doing it. The technology cannot be just that big. There's something big, there could be something small that small people can get into. Of course, the Nigerian government said you cannot do it. So the foreigner will do the oil and bring it back to us until Dangote now come in. May God bless that man. Dangote, you're my hero anytime, any day. You see, what I'm asking today is, it's about the mentality of the black. No, it's not even their fault. If I tell you Tompolo, he feels very, very inferior when he sees the white people. He thinks, oh, these are the people, In fact, if I ever hear one thing now, he worry, oh, they didn't bring the oil companies. The oil companies, they're all gone. All the foreign companies are gone. You know, we see, what do we do for them to come back? And I'll just look at myself, I'll be laughing. That's what Bolívar is doing. No? He's creating an enabling environment so the foreign companies will come back. It's not creating an environment so that you can set up a refinery and tap on it. It's not doing it so that you can think. There's no education that teach you that you can tap on your own, that you can set up a refinery. That what the white people were doing in Wadi, that you can do it. Nobody taught you that. No, it is too much. So these white people, they get 50 head. The last time I checked, I saw the construction of road. I see one white man there. I say, anytime, go and see now. If you give governor, they do anything, you go see white man. I see Keyamu was in Akwa Ibom, and this one Indian man that's even supervising the project. Now our people, they do the labor work, just like as always. Now they dig the ground, but the intellectual job is done by the white man. Indian man and white man for where they serve. We're in trouble. We need to be re-educated. The need cannot be overemphasized. And it boils down to the simple thing I'm talking about the culture. When you don't believe in yourself, there's nothing, everything about you become rubbish. And nobody can help you. If you don't believe in yourself, then everything about you is wrong. That's why I said we must trace it back to our culture first. And I'm not the one to fight you anymore. As they are fighting me now, when I said something the other time, I said Nigerian people should take oath with the African traditional thing too, the way they use the Quran, they use the Bible. And somebody said, can you mean it? Are you saying people in the Republic are not committing crime? I said, yes, they are committing crime, but not like you. They're scared a little bit. And that the Kris is not a Christian. What do you call me? I'm a pagan, right? Yeah, I like that. And you give me a name. No what? But Mali say, why you point your finger? Someone else is judging you. As you point it, this other one, they point at you. As you they point finger at me, Muslim man, they tell you, say you be infidel. Muslim man, as you tell me that the Kris is your problem, Christian man, they tell you you're not going to heaven. That they don't believe in your Prophet Muhammad. You are all not thinking. Do you know God? Do you know God? Let me ask you, can you sit up and say, I know God? Then you are the biggest liar. The mystery of God is still unknown to man. That's why every nation on earth have a way of getting to the same God. That's why we have a different name for it. The Indians, they go through God, through the Hindu. The Buddhists go to God. The Muslims go to God through Prophet Muhammad. The Christians go to church through Jesus Christ. It's just that our own. In fact, not all the Jewish people, the Jewish, they follow their own mosaic way of knowing God themselves. They know God themselves. They don't need to go through Jesus. That is the Jewish man. He doesn't even believe in Jesus. He believes in the law of Moses. He knows God. He's a true children of God. But it's only the African man that does not know God. Now look at it. That's where we are. Look at the education we have. Look at me. We are lost. We are like floating. And the funny thing is we are so blessed. We are blessed with everything. Physically, the black man is blessed. Oh, when I say a typical black man, I feel proud. God gave you all the natural resources in your land. The best food you can achieve is what I just shared with you now. The best culture, how people communicate. African culture have love. That's why I show you the Arab people. Look at them. That's how we used to eat together. Again, they've now taught you that you will need to marry only one wife. I know the women now are going to kill me. But look at the level of infidelity right now in our land. There has never been in any time in Nigeria where we have this high level of infidelity. If one not rich, you marry two. That's what we know. You marry one wife, yes, it's good. But how many of you does not have a side chick? Side chick is it not a second wife? Make her hear. If side chick not be second wife, you madam when they talk, your husband not get side chick. You know you pretend about it so that you have your peace of mind. That's why you see these pastors, look at what they are doing. They're committing more atrocities than even the ordinary people on the street. Blood, they flow through their vein now. Then they see all these wife and girls for church. Before one call, you say, now only one if you take. If pastors get chance to marry 2, 3, they go take. Okay, in Jesus' name, make I shut up. that the Kris, so you don't start. I don't go there today. Let me close this show with this. Let me close it to one that concerns me most. And I'm going to say it and I'm going to shut up. My people, put a letter, I'm going to ask the governor. Ask Tinubu. Now, who taught us that we cannot do what the white people are doing in our land? They are not there to rape us. They are not there to kill us. They are there to take what they can see in your land. That's what I brought them the first time during slavery. They came to take the hefty men to work in their farm. They came the second time to colonize you, to rule you so that they can take your natural resources. When they were there, they were not doing anything other than they were cocoa, all those things they were planting and all those things. Make you plant, they take it to Europe. That's why they came. They didn't hate you. Don't you think it's time now to say, oh, no, you know what the independence we have is, oh, we don't want you to rule us. No, that's not the independence we want. The independence you really need is, okay, what they were doing in my land before, now I want to do it. What the white people were doing in your land before, I want to do it. That days of inferiority complex is over. Their own is not better. Okay, if they were able to see oil in your land, Tompolo, Ibori, and the Beguna. Uyibo come, they see oil for our land. We know say we go piss now off. That's why I call the two of you the Moses of our time. Rise up to this challenge. Please, train young people, train geologists. Let's start from there. Let's have geologists. Oh, but you are now even in a privileged position. Team up with your people. Train geologists. Let them go into our land. Let them discover it. Let us set up companies. The company, we don't need another Uyibo company in Warri. We need the ones we will set up in Warri to do what they were doing. Do we need them to set up refinery, to set up AT&P? They came and they saw plywood and they were doing it. Do we still need the white man to do plywood now? That's the thing I don't understand. So we need white man to drill our oil. We need white man to do plywood. We need white people to construct our roads. The road that they have been constructing since, there's no time we'll be able to have our own to train. Listen, science is science. Science doesn't belong to them. The science they are even using now might have even come from Africa. Go and look at the history of education, you'll be confused. The first library was actually in Egypt. Egypt, they say, the Egypt they are using was Africa then. Not the same Egypt you see now. So when they talk about Egypt, it's not that place, that area call Egypt now. Egypt was Africa. Listen, I cannot do better than I have done. Everything I know, I've given it out on this platform. If we're going to be free, in fact, nobody's even holding us to be free. No, if we're going to take advantage of what God has given to us, we're going to look inwards and believe in ourselves. That will be a starting point. And then say, anything they can do, I can do it. And that's the problem with me. I can never jealous you. And if someone say, I have a lot of money, I believe I can make more money than you. Any money you have now, Tinubu, I know I can make more money than you. So I cannot have reason to jealous you. I'm so confident. So that thing drives me. Who is he? Why can he be better than me? That's how I think. So the white man is not better than you. If he can construct road, now you have education is the same thing. The law of Moses, the law of Newton is the law of Newton. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. Chemistry is chemistry. The same thing they teach them here is what you teach your children in school in Nigeria. If not, come and teach still more. Put it in our curriculum. Add it to our own. Let us have young people who can construct road, so that we don't keep calling Julius Berger to construct road. It is barbaric. It is stupidity. I never heard British people want to do something, they go and bring an American company to construct their road for them. They will employ you, you work here and you will go. So if you will not, in fact, you see what the British are doing? They don't take you in an expertise. You come and work for them and you get out. That's why they give you visa to come and work in the UK. And you work as a worker. You don't come as an expat. But our own, they come as expatriates. If the Indians, we so need them, we're going to give them working visa and they're going to work for us. They're going to work for our companies. They're going to lecture in our institutions if we need them. If we don't, they're not coming. You cannot be Nigerian. In fact, next week, I'm going to talk about contracting our jobs. I have nothing against it, but it is the most stupid thing of my time. You cannot go and bring somebody from a foreign land as a foreign company to come and work with you. Now, what they do, say incorporate, you incorporate Shell in Nigeria. Shell is not owned by Nigerians. Shell is owned by RDC, Royal Dutch company here in the UK. Something wrong with you? Is that a Nigerian company? Shell is a subsidiary of a foreign company. I'm not saying it's anything wrong. They're doing business. I've never seen a Nigerian company having a subsidiary here doing exploits. All of you that steal money, none of you have been crying. Come and even do business in UK. Come and make pounds and take home. Not to come and buy house and marry women. Bring your money, invest it, make money, take the money home. Would that be so bad? They didn't stop you. Yeah, I did a show and I talk about this, the recolonization. Come and colonize them. What they came to come and do business in our land. Come and do business in their land. They are very open. You cannot blame the white man. You cannot blame the British people. In fact, I have to set them free now. Because when they came, they work, and they're still working. The thing they are collecting in Africa, they don't get it for free. They work. Did they stop you from doing business here? There's so many small businesses you can have here. Only Africa don't have a big supermarket in the rest of the world. Only Africa. If you look at the whole supply chain, the whole retail chain in the world, you will see every nation on earth represented, except Africa. Why will Africa have it? South Africa is not even our own. Nigeria is a country. Is that a country? Look at you. Tinubu don't even know what to do. They couldn't even do what they have at home. I asked them the other day, Bori, you were a governor. You grew up in my area. In your time, when we were growing up together, we saw AT&P in Saple. You don't even need to manufacture it. Can you think, where did the AT&P come from? We had in those days Levanti, sir. These are businesses, sir. The white people were doing in our area and they were making money home. They are gone now. Can you do it for us? That's what I'm begging you. They've left Warri now with all the business we're doing there. Can you people do it for us? You see, this is the meeting I was talking about. This is the economic summit we should be talking about. That is the language we should be speaking today, not the language of the colonial master. Thank you very much. I'm going to try and close the show here right now, because the Kris, you're talking too much. They're going to beat you up. But that's why I'm going to end the show. Thank you very much for joining me. Like I said, I did today's show a little bit earlier, so I have enough time to sleep. I'm going to go and rest and make a little fun of myself today. So, and I'm going to cook something and I'm going to eat. You know, that the Kris is alone. No? You know, when you're a bachelor of times 3, na course. That's where I am. Well, let me end the show there because we cannot cry on my team for the rest of the world. Thank you for joining me. We'll do this again on Monday. I probably do a show on Urobo Television tomorrow, but not today again. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you guys. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234-8143-582856 or +447-4388-93190 or email us at realestate@secureradioandtelevision.com. SRTV Chocolate Apartment, where comfort meets luxury. Innovative